Welcome to the first episode of the Rise Fitness and Nutrition Podcast. I'm your host, Carlo. Today, we're briefly going to talk about motivation. There's a lot to say about it, but I want to highlight what I think are the main points that can guide you to stick to your New Year's resolution or simply help you achieve your goals if you don't know where to start from. Alright, let's dive in. Okay, so first thing first, what is motivation? Well, it is the process that initiates, guides, and maintains goal-oriented behaviors. So it is what causes you to act, whether it's getting a glass of water because you're thirsty, or makes you want to go to the gym, lose weight, run a marathon, whatever it is. Now, I think that there are mainly two types of motivation. The internal motivation, that basically is the one that comes within you, and is the one that works like this. You choose to do something because you enjoy doing it. You enjoy the process. So for example, I work out because I like the feeling of being active, or I like the feeling that my heart rate is rising, and I like the idea of lifting weight or running XYZ kilometers or hours because ultimately it makes me feel good. It's my personal gratification. And then on the other hand, you have the external motivation that it comes from the outside. So for instance, I have a competition, I have a deadline, I have something on the plate that requires me to do something else to achieve it, and there will be a reward if I do so. And it could be any type of reward: money, gratification, success, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Well, needless to say, the internal motivation is much stronger as it involves something that we actually enjoy and want to do. But surely, even the external motivation can be a very good kick to start things off. Imagine what happens when these two types of motivation work synergistically at the same time. Well, when this happens, great results can be achieved. You can be sure of that. So, okay, how to start? Well, I don't think there's any special magic recipe here to get motivated, but I do believe there are tips and hints that can help you realizing what pieces of the puzzle you need to start moving forward. First thing first, you need a goal. You need something to achieve. In order to realize that to reach it, you need to do something about it. Well, this of course is definitely not enough, but just realizing that to reach our goal, some action steps are required is the first thing to start with. And I'd like to specify here that when I say a goal, I say something that you can measure. Say you want to run a marathon. Say you want to hip thrust 2 times your body weight. Say you want to lose a certain amount of body fat, or you want to gain a certain amount of muscle mass. These are goals that are measurable. If your goal is just, I want to be healthier, if your goal is, I just want to be stronger, I want to be leaner, well, before proceeding, have in mind a value. That said, please be aware the motivation doesn't fall from the sky. So if you're sitting down waiting for a ray of light to shine upon you and boom, everything changes, well, good luck with that. Motivation does require you to take an action. Well, let's set an example. Say I want to lose, 15 kilos, or more or less 30 pounds. Or I want to run a marathon, or I want to hip thrust 2 times my body weight. Great. But if I've never done anything related to my goal or my desire, if I just stare at the window in a dreamy state of being lighter, leaner, stronger, having more endurance, well, chances are nothing will happen. Well, without chances, nothing will happen. And in some cases, things may also just simply worsen up. Keep that in mind. It's important. You need to do something. And by do something, take an action towards your goal. But seriously, do it now. I am super serious, like now. If we get back to the previous example, say I want to lose weight, great. Where do I start? Well, the easiest way is to go and take a walk. No, I'm not joking. I am 100% serious. Just walk around. Stop my podcast now, get your headphones, get in your shoes, and go out. Well, of course, if you're legally allowed to do so, if you're not having a lockdown situation where going out is forbidden or dangerous. If it is a safe thing to do, just walk around your neighbor 10 minutes a day to start with. If you can't, well, just walk around your house or your building or your garden if you have one. If you don't have any of those, climb the stairs up and down your building, your condo or your apartment. Can't do that either? No problem with that. There's a chance. Take a chair, for instance, and practice chair squats every day. But the point here is that you have to do something. And how do you get to do something? Well, give yourself a challenge. Give yourself a challenge of, for instance, walking 10 minutes every day. walking 5,000, 6,000, 10,000 steps every day. Walk around your garden, walk in your courtyard, walk around your building, walking around your house a certain amount of times a day, or do a certain amount of chair squats a day, climb the stairs a certain amount of times a day. Give yourself a challenge, and I promise that every time you hit the goal that you gave yourself, you'll feel great and you will feel motivated. But seriously, do something. Give yourself a goal, small goal, and get it done. This brings us to the other two fundamental aspects of motivation: consistency and results. So let's have a look at the first one, consistency. Now this is super important, but it is also very tricky, because without being consistent, it becomes difficult to reach the results that you need to feel to understand that your efforts are paying off. If you start with the right foot but stop after 2 or 3 times to resume 1 month later, and then you're upset because you don't feel any difference, well, before you jump into an uproar of "this isn't working" and go right back to your previous unhealthy behavior, take a deep breath and be honest with yourself. Were you really consistent with your actions towards your goal? Did you really, for instance, walk around 10 minutes a day every day? And mind you, no one is here to judge you. Just be realistic and be honest with yourself. If you were more than 70 to 80% consistent with your action over the course of a few weeks or a month, you definitely should see some results. If you were less than that consistent, there you go. You have something to work on, to improve and get back on track. But again, nobody's judging you, so don't cheat on yourself. This is something between you and yourself only. So if you feel that you are doing everything that you set yourself to do, you are doing 100 chair squats a day, you are climbing the stairs 10 times a day as you said, every day, and nothing changed, well, we have something to talk about. But believe me, most of the time it's a matter of consistency. It's a matter of us believing that we are consistent, but when we actually go ahead and check, we were not. So no need to panic. It is something that happens commonly. Just breathe, check the consistency, get back on track, and I promise you will see results. And this brings us to the next one, results. By taking any action, you already have achieved something. So if you decided to walk 10 minutes a day and you have been doing that consistently, that is a great result. You have been fighting the laziness one step at a time. And look at you. Look at what you have done already. If you have been doing this consistently for, say, for instance, a month, you have been walking 10 minutes a day, every day for a month. And this is a great result, especially if before that you were not doing any of those things. If you did your chair squats every day for an entire month, congratulations. That is an awesome result. So how do you feel? Do you feel that fire of empowerment warming up? Do you feel that you can achieve the goals that you set? Well, remind this sensation, as this will be the key to ignite you in any other time you don't feel like you want to do anything. Consistency brings results, and these results will call motivation in. Don't forget, consistency brings results, and results will call motivation. And everything starts with the action. So when you do something consistently, you will get some results, and these results will make you feel motivated to do something else. And that is all about it, and it's a positive loop. So if you are, for example, on a fat loss journey, feeling that your jeans are loosening up around your waist is a huge boost in motivation. It's a huge result. If you're aiming at running a marathon and your time per kilometer or mile improves, there you go. Motivation. You are achieving your goal, so you will feel like you can keep on doing that and you will work towards it. If your compound lifts volume is higher, well, you get it, right? Results. That is what matters. So I don't know, for those of you who likes formulas, if I had to turn this into a magic formula, then I would definitely say that motivation is the result of action plus consistency multiplied by time. But hey, I don't believe in formulas, right? Life works in much more complex ways, but if you really want to make it simple, that is the simplest way I can think of. So let me tell you something about me. I have been often asked, how do I keep a workout motivation throughout the year? So let me share this with you. Let me specify here. Nobody believes me, but hey, I am lazy. Believe me, I really am. I know you don't believe me. Maybe you don't believe me yet, but really, I'm lazy. So how do I fight this back? Well, I use a few tricks on myself as well. So for instance, well, this is before Corona. But when I go to work, in my backpack I already have my workout clothes ready. The gym I go to, or used to go to before Corona, is right next to the train station of my workplace. So that I have no excuse. When I am leaving my office, I already have my workout clothes ready, the gym is right there, and I just get there and get things running. Well, now that I work at home, I have a small playground around here with some pull-up bars, and this is at 3 minutes away from my home. So my training gear is right next to my door, and anytime I walk in front of it, well, my apartment is tiny, I am constantly reminded that it's training day. So that keeps on like triggering on my brain. I see my workout gear there, and it's right next to the door, and every time I go there, it's like, okay, time to go soon. But hey, I'm human, right? So there are days when I am not feeling it, and I'd rather stay home and binge on Netflix or do anything but work out. But when this happens, I just tell myself that I can just get to the park and do my warm-up and just a bit of stretching. Just go out and you move a little bit, because working from home makes us stiff. You've been sitting all day long, you don't even go out to go to the office, so the amount of steps that we take throughout the day is greatly diminished. So I just tell myself, just go out, do a little bit, and then you can come back home and pick up the last episode of whatever you're watching. But here is the thing, guess what? After my warm-up at the park, I end up doing some training too, and it feels great. I feel awesome, and I no longer feel stiff, I feel satisfied, I feel my heart rate up, I feel my muscle working, and it's good. And it is simple, the key is the same. Action brings results that bring motivation, and the loop kicks in. And that was it for today. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed and had a chance to learn something new. If you feel like to, please leave a review to today's episode. It will be super duper helpful. For any question or request, please message me on my Instagram channel at thecarl.fit. All to you soon. Thank you again and goodbye.